when I got accepted to my dream school. It was a small college in the next state. It wasn't Harvard. It wasn't Yale. But it was mine. I had worked for it my whole life. I was the first person in my family to get accepted to college. I was going to change my life. I was going to break the cycle. My mother said, "Tiffany, we're so proud of you. This is a wonderful opportunity. You're going to do great things." My father said, "Tiffany, you're going to make us proud. You're going to be the first one to graduate." I was so happy. I was so excited. I was finally going to achieve my dream. I had a college fund. It was $25,000. It was everything my parents had saved for me. It was everything I had been counting on. I was going to use it for tuition. I was going to use it for books. I was going to use it for everything. My sister's name was Miranda. She was 3 years older than me. She had always been the favorite. She had always gotten everything she wanted. She had a boyfriend named Derek. He was 25. He had a dream. He wanted to start a business. He wanted to open a restaurant. He wanted to be his own boss. He had no money. He had no savings. He had no plan. He just had a dream. My mother said, "Tiffany, we need to talk. Derek needs money. He needs to start his business. He's going to be successful. He's going to make a lot of money. We need to invest in him." I said, "Mom, that's my college fund. That's my future. That's my education. I can't give it away." My mother said, "Tiffany, you can always go to college later. You can always save more money. Your sister's boyfriend needs this now. This is what family does. This is what good people do. You're a good person. You'll do the right thing." I said, "Mom, I've been saving for 10 years. I've been working for 10 years. I've been waiting for this moment. I can't just give it away." My mother said, "Tiffany, you're being selfish. You're always so selfish. Your sister needs this. She needs to support her boyfriend. You need to help her." My sister called me. She said, "Tiffany, I need to talk to you. I know Mom talked to you. I know she asked you for money. I know it's a lot. I know it's not fair. But I need your help. Derek has a dream. He wants to start a business. He wants to make something of himself. I need you to believe in him." I said, "Miranda, I do believe in him. I want him to be successful. I want you to be happy. But I have my own dreams. I have my own future. I need this money for college." She said, "Tiffany, you can always go to college later. You're young. You have time. Derek doesn't. He needs to do this now. Please. Please help us." My father called me. He said, "Tiffany, your sister needs you. She needs your support. She needs your help. You're her sister. You're her family. You have to do this." I was surrounded. I was pressured. I was guilted. I was manipulated. I gave them the money. Derek opened his restaurant. It was small. It was simple. But it was his. He was happy. He was excited. He was everything he had ever wanted to be. My sister was happy. She was proud. She was everything she had ever wanted to be. I was happy for them. I was happy to be part of it. I was happy to see them smile. The restaurant was open for 8 months. It was busy at first. People came. People ate. People enjoyed themselves. But then things started to go wrong. The food wasn't good. The service was slow. The prices were too high. Derek didn't know how to run a business. He didn't know how to manage money. He didn't know how to market himself. He just didn't know. The restaurant closed after 8 months. He lost everything. He lost my money. He lost my future. He lost everything. I called Miranda. I said, "Miranda, what happened? What happened to the restaurant?" She said, "Tiffany, I don't know. Derek tried his best. He did everything he could. It just didn't work out. I'm sorry." I said, "Miranda, what about the money? What about my $25,000? What about my future?" She said, "Tiffany, I don't have it. Derek lost it all. I'm sorry. I'll pay you back one day. I promise." She never did. She never paid me back. She never even tried. I called my mother. I said, "Mom, Derek lost all the money. He lost my $25,000. He lost my future. What am I going to do? My mother said, Tiffany, you're being dramatic. It was just money. You can always make more. You're young. You have time. You'll figure it out. You always do. I said, Mom, I worked for 10 years. I saved for 10 years. I sacrificed everything. And now it's all gone. And you don't even care. My mother said, Tiffany, I do care, but you need to get over it. It's done. It's over. You need to move on. I didn't go to college. I couldn't afford it. I had no money. I had nothing. I got a job. I worked at a coffee shop. I worked at a grocery store. I worked at anything I could find. I worked minimum wage jobs for 8 years. I was exhausted. I was tired. I was struggling. But I didn't give up. I kept going. I kept working. I kept surviving. My parents didn't help me. They didn't call me. They didn't visit me. They didn't care. They only cared about Miranda. They only cared about Derek. They only cared about themselves. I was 27 years old when I got the call. It was from a professor at the college I had been accepted to. Her name was Dr. Patricia Williams. She was 65 years old. She had been a professor for 40 years. Tiffany, she said, I have something for you. Something I've been keeping for 10 years. It's a recording of your mother. I said, What recording? She said, I recorded a conversation with your mother. It was 10 years ago. She came to my office. She wanted to withdraw your acceptance. She wanted to give your spot to your sister's boyfriend. I said, What? She wanted to give my spot to Derek? She said, Yes. She said you weren't ready for college. She said you were too immature. She said you needed more time. She said Derek would be a better use of the opportunity. I was shocked. I was hurt. I was angry. I said, Why didn't you tell me before? She said, I didn't know how. I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't think you were ready. But I think now you are. She sent me the recording. I listened to it. I listened to my mother's voice. I listened to her lie about me. The recording was clear. I could hear my mother's voice. Dr. Williams, I need to talk to you about my daughter, Tiffany. She's not ready for college. She's too immature. She's too emotional. She won't be able to handle it. I want to withdraw her acceptance. I want to give her spot to someone else. Her sister's boyfriend, Derek, needs a chance. He's going to be successful. He's going to make something of himself. Tiffany will understand. She always does. She's a good girl. She'll figure it out. She always does. I hope you can help me with this. I hope you can make the arrangements. Thank you, Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams said, I didn't withdraw your acceptance. I couldn't. It would have been wrong. But I kept the recording. I kept it because I wanted you to know the truth. I went to my mother's house. I had the recording on my phone. I had the proof. I had everything. My mother was in the kitchen. She was cooking dinner. She didn't look up when I walked in. She said, Tiffany, what are you doing here? You didn't call. I said, Mom, we need to talk. I played the recording. I watched my mother's face. She turned pale. She looked terrified. I said, Mom, do you remember this? Do you remember going to my professor's office? Do you remember trying to withdraw my acceptance? Do you remember trying to give my spot to Derek? My mother said, Tiffany, that was a long time ago. I was trying to help. I was trying to do what was best for everyone. I said, Mom, you tried to take my future. You tried to take my dream. You tried to give it to someone else. You didn't even tell me. My mother said, Tiffany, you're being dramatic. It wasn't like that. I was trying to help Derek. He needed a chance. He needed an opportunity. I said, Mom, he had a chance. He had my $25,000. He had my college fund. And he lost it all. He lost everything. And you still try to take more from me. My mother started to cry. She said, Tiffany, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I was wrong. I should have been a better mother. I said, Mom, you're not sorry. You're sorry you got caught. You're sorry I found out. You're sorry I have proof. You're not sorry you hurt me. You're not sorry you tried to take my future. You're not sorry you never cared. I never spoke to my mother again. I never spoke to my father again. I never spoke to Miranda or Derek again. I moved on. I built a life. I found happiness. I found peace. I went back to school. I started at community college. I worked hard. I saved money. I made it. I graduated 2 years later. I got my degree. I achieved my dream. My mother called me once. She said, "Tiffany, it's Christmas. We want you to come home. We want to spend the holidays together." I said, "Mom, I don't have a home. I haven't had a home since you gave away my future. And I'm never coming back." She said, "Tiffany, you're breaking my heart. You're breaking the family. You need to come home." I said, "Mom, you broke my heart. You broke it when you gave away my money. You broke it when you tried to take my spot. You broke it when you didn't care. And I'm never coming back. If you've ever been the one who lost everything so someone else could have everything, I want you to hear something. You didn't deserve what happened to you. You didn't deserve to be used. You didn't deserve to be manipulated. You didn't deserve to be taken advantage of. You deserve to have your own dreams. You deserve to have your own future. You deserve to have your own life." My name is Tiffany Morgan. I'm 27 years old. I lost my college fund. I lost my dream. But I never lost myself. If this story made you feel something, drop a comment below. Tell me the word that describes what you feel. Share this video with someone who needs to hear they're not alone. Subscribe for more stories like this. Thank you for listening to mine.